This conference will now be recorded.
One of the new features with P21 version 2018.1 is emailing function. When you're emailing out quotes, order acknowledgments, and POs, the information does look a little different. So I'm going to check my email acknowledgement or quote and click Save. I'll get the successful update dialog box, and I'm going to click OK. Now my email information stays the same, so my P21 username, my user's email address stays in there. I can still add a subject and my memo for my email. When I click on my recipients, this has changed. So this looks more like a grid. So there's two different ways that you can send out email. The first way is if you don't want each recipient of this email to see each other's email. Okay, so it's going to be like a blind carbon copy. So the first one, the first email we're going to send is to P21 test customer. His name is John Smith, and his email address is lisanoon@icloud.com. And then our second person that we're going to send it to is Jane Smith at lisanoon@ymail.com. I'm also going to CC myself as the P21 user. So I'm going to check this checkbox. These email checkboxes do have to be checked in order for that person to receive those emails. Adding an additional person here does not create an additional contact, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And the email gets sent out. When it gets sent out, it looks very similar to this. This would be what our customer sees as an email. So the subject line does automatically get filled in with our company name, acknowledgement, and the acknowledgement number, or quote and the quote number. I added testing to the end of the email. I can see who it's coming from. In this case, it was me. I can see my email address that it's going to, the customer's email, and then I carbon copied Lisa Noon, the P21 user. It's addressed to John Smith because that's who initially was on the email, and the body of my email and my signature. Okay. The second email that went out was to Jane Smith, and her company name was P21 Test Company. You can see that there. I did not CC myself as the P21 user on Jane's email, but it's addressed accordingly as well. And you can still see the subject line is there and the body of the email is there. Me as the P21 user, so as the Osland Nation Company employee, this is what my email would look like. The original email address that went out that I CC'd myself on was to John Smith. This is what I'm going to see. And I CC'd myself. Okay. The second way to send out emails, oops, let me pull up that order again. If you don't care that each other are going to see the emails, if you don't care that it's not addressed accordingly in the email, you can continue to use semicolon. So we can see our username pops up here, our email address pops up here. We can add the subject. We can still add our memo in there. And then the recipient on that email address, I can just use semicolon, type in the next email address that I want to send it to, and I'm going to CC myself and click OK. And when that email gets sent out, it looks like this. So this original email was sent out, to John Smith, the P21 user. Their email address was lisanoon@icloud. I used a semicolon and also sent that email to lisanoon@ymail, and I CC'd myself as the P21 user. I can see each email, the lisanoon@icloud and the lisanoon@ymail email. I can see that I carbon copied lnoon@onco-tx.com, but my email address is, my email in the body is addressed to the original person that I sent it to, which was John Smith. As the P21 user and the Oslo Nation Company employee, I can see both emails in my email address, and then I carbon copied myself. The body of the email is still addressed to John Smith. So just keep all of that in mind when we're sending out emails from P21 with the new version. If you have any questions, please let us know.